Dr. Cindy Collins, registered dietitian and health psychologist. So what am I going to do when my appetite is low, but I need to increase my protein intake? That's a question I hear from patients all the time. This is a really critical question for a patient. And I just want to press upon any patient who's listening that protein is paramount. You really need protein. You don't need it for calories, actually. You're hoping not to use your protein for calories, and you're hoping to use it to make antibodies, new tissue, all the other things in your body that you need protein for. Even enzymes are made from protein. So the protein is very important, and by nature of that question, I know that you realize there's got to be a way to get the protein even when my appetite is so low. So let me just quickly say that there are times with food even that you can pick up your appetite. Some cultures know this really well, like the French do it. Little pickles, little olives, things like that. Even talking about a pickle, sometimes you can feel yourself salivate a little bit. That shows you that you're getting all the juices flowing, that have to do with eating. Believe it or not, little bits of things like that could increase your appetite and get you interested in eating. But maybe only for a while, maybe a little bit. So if you're really not going to eat a lot of food, and the last thing you should be introducing to yourself is big volumes of food, then you're going to have to make the small amount of food you eat, which is appropriate, more nutrient dense. And what I mean by that is that for even the little quarter cup or half cup of soup, for example, that you feel like you can handle eating, we've got to find a way to pack in there more protein. So one way to do it is to think about using things like cheese, little bits of cheese to add, for example, to an egg, ground turkey or ground beef added into soups, added into casseroles. You can take diced chicken and add that into something that you normally wouldn't have even had it in, like something with pasta or something with rice. You can always add to a usual recipe, like rice and beans. Put in a little bit of diced chicken as well. So there are ways to take all these proteins and kind of hide them in or lace them into the food you're already eating. And another one of my favorites is taking either nuts or seeds, like any kind of nut. The healthier ones, of course, are walnuts, pecans, pistachio, slivered almonds, and putting those in something that I'm already eating. So I don't have to eat bigger. I can eat the small amount, but just add a few slivered almonds, for example, or add some pumpkin seeds or sesame or some sunflower seeds. That's a great way to add protein. And if you're really getting more away from the foods, but you need to kind of take smaller things that there's really no more room to add, get either a protein powder or a protein liquid. Protein liquid can be bought online, can be bought at the health food store, and protein powders can be bought even at the regular grocery store. These are so useful because you can take a protein powder and sprinkle it on, for example, a cereal you're already eating, or put it in the macaroni and cheese you were already making, or maybe somebody is making some muffins for you, and you can add protein to the mixture. Even pancakes, you can add protein if it's powder. You might just add a little more fluid. The recipes are all over the internet, but almost anything you're eating, you can add protein powder into it. You're probably going to want to get no flavor, which can be bought through Nestle, or a vanilla flavor, which can be bought in lots of places. That's another great way to just hide some more protein into the foods that you're already eating. If you are into making shakes or smoothies, I even have a recipe that's 650 calories in a 10-ounce shake. Now that's a really, really nutrient-dense shake. It has either almond butter or peanut butter. It has avocado. It has almond milk. It has a scoop of protein powder. It has some yogurt as well. So now you can thin that out with ice. That's fine. And you never have to eat any of these things all at once. After all, you have a low appetite. So even if you sip on that all day, drink just a few ounces of it over the day, that would be fine. And I guess the last way is to look at protein bars. Protein bars are a little tricky because sometimes protein bars are very filling because they typically will have a lot of fiber. And so be careful on buying those. Try to find one that doesn't make you feel too full, but gives you a healthy amount of protein. And also be careful that it's not one that has too much sugar as well. So those are ways that you can add protein into your food when you really don't have much appetite. And remember, be gentle with yourself. Don't expect yourself to eat big amounts. It all counts. Every little bit that you eat will add up and will count.